And now, from approximately coast to coast, Blue Tiger, the only fireworks company with the space-age know-how to put your child on the moon, presents classic Bob and Ray. Hi, this is Bob Elliott. In the spring of 1954, Ray and I were broadcasting on WINS radio in New York. At the same time, Senator Joseph McCarthy was on television conducting his infamous hearings on alleged communist influence in the Army.
Mr. Chairman, may I suggest, I'm getting awfully sick of sitting down here at the end of the table and having whoever wants to interrupt in the middle of a sentence. Now, Mr. Welch made a statement. I raised the point of order that it was not a proper point of order. That it was not a proper point of order that he raised. And when Mr. Welch, under the guise of a point of order, said this was a group picture, I suggest that the chair make the record clear that Mr. Welch was not speaking the truth.
Well, after listening to McCarthy, Ray worked up an imitation of the senator's voice.
I think when you have a buffoon such as Detour,
Mr. Chairman,
going about the country, erecting skyscrapers without any knowledge, then he's endangering, not only himself, but those who move into the building.
All right, order. Your time is up, Commissioner Carstairs. I'm sorry, your 5 minutes is up.
It was so convincing, we decided to conduct our own hearings in the context of one of our soap opera parodies. And here are those original broadcasts from 1954, introduced as always by Word Carr.
Next, Mary Backstayge, noble wife. Now, for the many fans who wait for her on the radio, we present once again the interesting story, Mary Backstayge, noble wife. The story of a young girl from a deserted mining town out west who comes to New York to try to find romance and security as the wife of handsome Harry Backstayge, Broadway star, and what it means to be the wife of the idol of a million other women. It's a few hours after the closing of the 6th day of Harry's hearing into Zoning Commissioner Carstairs' charges that he tear down his new 16-story home. And on the 14th floor, as Harry, Mary, pop-beloved stage doorman, and Calvin Hoogavin, their next-door neighbor, sit talking over the day's hearing,
seems so difficult to make sense, and the questions that they ask didn't seem to have any bearing.
That's right, Mary. I was way off the track all through the hearing today.
I couldn't watch very good. My hand was caught in the door down.
Another day, Calvin? That's ridiculous that you...
Stood there for almost 5 hours with my hand caught in the door.
I do think your attorney, Roland Surrogate, is doing a good job, though, Harry.
I could hardly think of what anyone was saying. I was thinking of my hand, and I wanted to open the door. They said anybody who opens the door will be in trouble.
Well, I think they'd let you take your hand out of the door, Calvin. That certainly is an emergency, and one that...
Well, I wasn't going to find out, boy.
He seems to be asking all the right questions, Harry.
I don't
Was
know
that
what
Calvin?
the doctor said.
No, attorney Surrogate.
Doctor said that 3 or 4 stitches will sew this up.
You'll need to go to the doctor, Calvin, for that.
Oh, yes, I'm very weak. Almost in shock.
Well, that's certainly rather an unhappy sidelight to the excitement we've had at City Hall.
Well, I didn't know that you had your hand caught in the door at all.
How much longer do you think the hearing's going to go on, Harry? Well, I don't know. We may be
About
able
3 weeks, I'll have to rest with
to wind
this.
up tomorrow if we
Probably
can.
have to have it elevated, and I don't know how to do that.
It'll be good if we get Mr. Carstairs on the stand.
Did you ever have your hand elevated?
Yes.
Sit up and down the elevator.
You did, Harry? Did what?
What,
Have
your
your hand
hand elevated?
No. I thought you meant Commissioner Carstairs and Attorney Surrogate. No.
Oh, Commissioner who?
Carstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Zoning Commissioner. He'll be on the stand tomorrow, and if Roland Surrogate has his way, he'll tie them all up in knots. I, for one, hope he does.
I'm going to call the chairman. I think maybe I can shed some light on this whole situation.
You are going to call the chairman, Mary? Chairman Harlan Mush?
I'm going to call him and tell him that I want to testify.
I wonder if that's a good idea, though, Mary.
What, elevate the hand? Well, I don't know. The doctor said.
No, he means to call Chairman Mush. Mary, do you have some inside information that you want to tell to the selectmen?
All I know is the truth, Harry. And you can't get into trouble when you tell the truth.
Mary's right, Harry.
Listen and obey.
If I were her, I'd call
You
Chairman
may
Mush.
command someday.
Well, that's a good idea, but maybe you should tell me before you tell Chairman Mush. After all, I'd like to know what's going to be brought out at the hearing.
All right, Harry. Would you step into the library?
Yes,
I'll tell you.
of course. So Mary decides to ask Chairman Mush to put her on the stand. What news does she have that will bear on the fight between Harry and Zoning Commissioner Carstairs? Be sure and listen tomorrow when we hear Mary say,
And that is the truth, committee. I don't care who hangs. Ngah, ngah, ngah.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Now, for the many fans who wait for her on the radio, we present once again the interesting story, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of a young girl from a deserted mining town out west who comes to New York to try to find romance and security as the wife of handsome Harry Backstage, Broadway star, and what it means to be the wife of the idol of 1,000,000 other women. Yesterday, the Backstage's next-door neighbor, Calvin Hoogavin, disclosed that he had a book of old zoning regulations in Skunk Haven, which he believed gave Harry the right to build the house where he did. So it's back to the raucous room of the Skunk Haven Board of Selectmen we go this morning, as Harry's attorney, Roland Surrogate, seeks to get Calvin Hoogavin on the stand. We hear?
I think when you have a
Mr.
buffoon such as Detour
Mr. Chairman,
going about the country,
there'll be order.
erecting skyscrapers
Are you
without any knowledge, then he's endangering,
Mr. Chairman, I would
endangering
like
not only
the floor for
himself
just
but
a
those
minute.
who move into the building.
All right, order. Your
No,
time is
it's,
up, Commissioner
cut it.
Carstairs. I'm sorry, your 5 minutes is up, and now we'll
Period.
turn to Attorney Surrogate, and I'm sure he has something to introduce or to say. I do, Mr. Chairman, and I thank you for this opportunity. As I have said many times before, I'm just a simple show.
Oh, no, don't be cute. Don't be cute.
Attorney
You have anything
Surrogate
to
has the
say?
floor.
Why can't he
I
say it?
assure you I'm not trying to be cute. Would I stoop so low as to try and fool someone as wise as you, Commissioner Carstairs?
Oh, don't pull it on me. I don't like that sarcasm.
I have very important information, and I would like to call Calvin Hoogavin to the witness chair.
Who?
All right, the chair feels that's a legitimate request. Order. Is Calvin Hoogavin in the raucous room this morning? Will you take the stand, please, sir? Tell us your full name.
Calvin Hoogavin.
And now we'll turn the examination over to our impartial referee, our dog catcher friend, Roy Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman Mush. You tell us your full name, please, sir.
Calvin Hoogavin.
And as I understand it, Mr. Hoogavin, you have been asked to bring a certain document, a publication, a book, if you will, to the ruckus room this morning, which you believe has some bearing on the question at hand. Is that correct?
That's right, sir.
Will you introduce it, please, as evidence?
Well, I'd like you to meet the book. The book I'd like you to meet.
Chair will accept the book.
I'd like you to meet
Turn it over to the...
Chairman Mush.
I'll give it in turn to Commissioner Carstairs, since he is the head of the zoning department. Mr. Chairman, I object to Commissioner Carstairs receiving the evidence at this time. Well, the chair feels that he is still the zoning commissioner and therefore has the right to see whatever this document is if it concerns zoning.
I'm sure that if Mr. Surrogate had his way, I would get no information.
I feel that this does fall to Commissioner Carstairs. After all, he is still the acting zoning commissioner, and it's not on trial in any way here.
All right, then, Commissioner Carstairs, you may question Mr. Hoogavin or whomever you please.
Mr. Hoogavin, where do you live?
Oh, I live in Hoogavin.
The chair feels that we're becoming a little irrelevant here because
I live right beside the new skyscraper.
we've established that Mr. Hoogavin is a resident of Skunk Haven.
All right, let me finish. Mr. Hoogavin, did you have an opportunity to read the regulations in this book?
Mr. Chairman, may I say, please, that I have not had time to look, with all of my other voluminous duties, to look at this publication which Mr.
I didn't ask you if you'd read it. I'm asking the man on the stand.
Attorney Surrogate merely wanted to
I
that
assume,
read into the record.
I assume a good attorney
will be part of the record.
would have read it. I didn't ask
Or
you.
in the raucous room, or we'll have to force some of you to...
I'm asking you again. Mr. Hoogavin, have you ever read this book?
You can answer the question yes or no.
Yes,
Chair
I
feels.
did. That's why
The answer is yes.
I brought it over here to present it. I discovered.
Wait.
Mr.
Wait,
Chairman.
I don't care what you discovered.
Mr. Chairman, I feel maybe it would be expeditious if Commissioner Carstairs would simply read the title of the book so that is in the record, too.
Chair feels that's a legitimate request. Do comply.
All right, you've broken my punchline here. I'll tell you what happened. I was going to ask him if he had read these regulations and why they would apply. And now, in answer to your...
The chair apologizes for having...
No, it's all right.
Interrupted at that particular point.
It's all right. It's just this. I will read the title, and then I'd like this Hoogavin buffoon to leave. The title of this book, Zoning Regulations of Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
And so it would seem that Calvin Hoogavin has indeed thrown a bombshell into the hearing and possibly not helped Harry's case. By introducing the zoning laws of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, Calvin may have weakened Harry's fight to keep his house. Be sure and listen tomorrow when we'll hear Commissioner Carstairs say...
I think in view of what's gone on, I think we can stop the hearing now and again demand that building be torn down.
Next, Mary Backstayge, noble wife. Now, for the many fans who wait for her on the radio, we present once again the interesting story, Mary Backstayge, noble wife. The story of a young girl from a deserted mining town out west who comes to New York to try to find romance and security as the wife of handsome Harry Backstayge, Broadway star. What it means to be the wife of the idol of a million other women. Yesterday, at the hearing in the raucous room of the Skunk Haven Board of Selectmen, into Zoning Commissioner Carstairs' order that Harry tear down his new 16-story home, the commissioner proved that the zoning regulation book introduced by Calvin Hoogavin was in reality the zoning regulations of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, not Skunk Haven. And as a murmur of excitement filled the room, Commissioner Carstairs continued his questioning.
I think it's only right that in view of the presentation here of fraudulent evidence, Well, no, I think, Mr. Chairman, it would only be fair now that if you just said that this hearing is over.
Well, the chair feels that we can't simply conclude the hearing in this fashion. However, we will.
This man Hoogavin here presented obviously phony evidence here.
Mr. Chairman, may I have the floor for just a minute? Chair recognizes Attorney Surrogate for Mary Backstayge. I would like to simply say that I was wrong in introducing.
I'll say you were.
And having Mr. Hoogavin introduced.
I don't know what kind of an attorney it is that would permit this sort of evidence to be presented
As I
here.
stated yesterday, I had no time to read this evidence before it was submitted, and obviously it is not
Obviously, you've
going
had
to
no
help
time.
Harry's cause. So
You had
I
no
would
time at
suggest-
all to present any case at all.
I would suggest Mr. Hoogavin step down and let the questioning continue.
I think
Chair
if
feels
Hoogavin-
that's a very good suggestion,
I
unless you have
think-
further questions.
Well,
for
don't
Mr.
you think we should warn Hoogavin that probably there'll be some action taken here in his case?
Well, that, of course, is not for us to decide, and the chair at
why
this point,
done?
thanks, Mr.
Come on
Hoogavin,
out and fight.
for being a very good witness, and you
Oh,
may
yeah,
leave the
don't be-
witness chair, Mr. Hoogavin.
I think we will.
Mr. Chairman, as impartial referee, I would like to call back to the witness chair at this time the central figure, the man who probably can wind this whole thing up with the right answers, and that is Mr. Backstayge.
All right, if there are no objections, then we will call Mr. Backstayge once again to the witness chair. Harry?
Okay, it's my turn.
You have 5 minutes, Commissioner Carstairs.
I wonder now if you'd care to tell us backstage how many plays on Broadway in which you appeared.
May I speak to my attorney for just a
Oh,
moment?
don't you know? I mean, what kind of an actor is it that doesn't know how many shows he's appeared in? I don't.
I
That
have
makes
the
me
answer.
sick.
I have the answer, Mr. Carstairs. 16.
You've appeared in 16 shows. That's been over a period of how many years?
The last 12 years.
12 years. I wonder, could you tell us now how many plays were successful? Or maybe the answer I want, let's put it this way. Scratch that, please. How many flops have you appeared in?
Well, it's rather difficult to answer. How to speak to. It depends on whether you go by the critics or by my own views or the general public.
The
or
public.
Just what do you want?
I just want to know how many flops. How many flops were? Let's put them this way. How many were financial flops?
Out of the 16, I'd say probably 12.
12. I don't think then that
Mr.
you're
Chairman,
listing your
I
occupation as an
object
actor is
to
an
the-
accurate description.
I rise
think you're
to
a court
point
jester.
of personal privilege,
I think
Mr.
you're
Chairman.
nothing but a court jester.
Chair will recognize Attorney Surrogate for just a moment. He evidently has something to add. I would just like to object to the line of questioning. I don't think that Harry's past theatrical history has any bearing on whether or not he should have built this 16-story home.
Well, why then does he list his occupation as actor? How can he be an actor?
Well,
He's
he
nothing in
obviously
flops.
is an actor, Commissioner Carstairs, and
flop actor.
I think we'd better move to another line of questioning if you...
Is your car paid for?
I'll speak to my attorney for just a moment.
I can tell you right now, it is not. It is not paid for.
And so Commissioner Carstairs tries another line of attack. And this, possibly another bombshell in the hearing. Be sure and listen tomorrow when an exciting and interesting piece of evidence is introduced and we hear Commissioner Carstairs say,
Right here, I have all the names that signed the petition blown up so that the members of the audience can see them. And they're all frauds.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstayge, Noble Wife. Next, Mary Backstayge, Noble Wife. Now, for the many fans who wait for her on the radio, we present once again the interesting story, Mary Backstayge, Noble Wife. The story of a young girl from a deserted mining town out west who comes to New York to try to find romance and security as the wife of handsome Harry Backstayge, Broadway star, and what it means to be the wife of the idol of 1,000,000 other women. It's a few minutes before the opening of the Friday afternoon session in the raucous room of Skunk Haven's Town Hall, where the hearing between Harry and Zoning Commissioner Carstairs over Harry's 16-story skyscraper home is in its 8th day. And outside in the hallway, announcer Larry Lovebreath interviews some of the participants in the hearing for his fans of WINS TV.
We can see that Harry Backstayge is standing over there. Harry, I wonder if we could talk with you for just a moment.
Yes, hello, Larry.
Just face the WINS TV camera here, Harry.
Certainly.
Tell us, how many more days do you think that the hearings will drag on now?
Well, I don't know, Larry, but I certainly am willing to stay here as long as it will take if I can come out the victor and keep the house where it is. I don't want to tear
What do
it
you
down.
think? I mean, what are your opinions right now?
I'd rather not say, Larry, but I'm happy with things in general.
I wonder if you'd care to comment on the evidence that Hoogavin admitted the
I'd
other
rather
day.
let my attorney, Mr. Surrogate, here speak.
Do you have any
for me.
opinions, Harry, as regarding the blow-ups of the petition that Commissioner Carstairs brought in yesterday?
Can't be anything to that, Larry, and I'm sure that we'll be able to take care of that. I don't want to say anything more about it at this time.
What are you planning when the hearings end? A long vacation, I suppose, Harry? A rest?
Yes, there is some talk about me returning to Broadway in a new play in October, and I'll
Another
probably
flop,
have to go into rehearsals. Well, I hope it won't be this time, Larry.
That was brought out. What were your reactions to that being brought out?
I thought it was a rather unfair question on Commissioner Carstairs' part.
Of the 16 plays and shows in which you participated, 12 were financial flops.
Well, you see, it had nothing to do with my building a 16-story home in the first place. It was completely irrelevant.
No, but it did bring out
And,
the fact that you're not too responsible a person.
Well, I'm afraid we'll have to let that up to the public, Larry.
To quote several of the editorials...
I see my
had to
wife,
follow.
Mary. Would you excuse me? I've got to go over and speak with her.
Certainly.
Maybe Mr. Surrogate will speak.
That was the irresponsible Harry Backstayge, who is the Broadway star and, of course, one of the principals in the hearing. He's talking with his wife. I wonder if I could speak with you, Mr. Surrogate.
I'd be very happy to speak to you, Mr. Lovebreath.
Surrogate, of course, is familiar to all you viewers. He's Harry Backstage's attorney here at the hearings. Well, tell us, how long do you think the hearings will last?
I can't see that this circus, to use Commissioner Carstairs' word, can go on much longer. I wouldn't be surprised if we could wind up by Monday or Tuesday.
Well,
Wednesday at
that's,
the latest next week.
That's certainly encouraging because we back at WINS TV being a little pushed now to get some of our commercials in. This has cost us a considerable penny to present these hearings. I wonder if you would care to comment on the evidence presented by Calvin Hoogavin, the zoning regulations of Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
As I stated in the raucous room, Larry, I didn't have time to read over what it was that I merely knew that he wanted to introduce something which he thought would help Harry, and I said, go ahead. Any little thing can help. I hadn't read it. I didn't know that they were the zoning regulations of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, instead of Skunk Haven. Obviously, they weren't of any value to Harry and may have lowered his position a little bit.
Oh, I'd say definitely.
It was a completely stupid thing for Mr. Hoogavin to do.
And I think it was stupid of you, don't you, not to have looked at it?
I'll have to admit that I should have looked at it, yes.
And, of course, representing irresponsible Harry Backstayge is a challenge to any attorney I know. But I see now that Commissioner Mush is banging the gavel on the table.
Thank you for this opportunity, Larry.
Thank you, and
Got
lots
to go
of
inside now.
lots of luck to you, sir.
Buddy, in the raucous room,
Now you can
visitors
hear
are reminded once
Chairman
again
Mush
that
calling the hearings.
there will be no manifestation of approval or disapproval
to order,
But,
so now
there
we'll
is such
turn you to
audible
the
manifestation.
raucous room.
You'll be escorted from the room or kicked out by the uniformed guards who are seated among you, every other seat.
All right, one moment.
Now, as we're in order now, we're in session. Mr. Backstage is on the stand.
One moment.
And Commissioner Carstairs, you
I-
have something to say, I believe.
I just don't know. I don't know if it's right. During every one of these recesses, this love breath character goes on the air, and I noticed that he presents just backstage, just a surrogate.
Well, the chair...
Not once has he asked me to appear.
the chair feels
I don't
Mr.
think. I think they're playing to the TV audience.
Mr. Lovebreath
I don't
has
like
been impartial in his
Don't
interviews.
give me that.
And while he has interviewed
Chairman,
the Backstage
Mr.
side
Chairman.
and Mr. Backstage's attorney, he has taken the stand of the entire Board of Selectmen and of our zoning commissioner, and that is that Harry is in the wrong. However, this is impartial, and we will continue now.
Oh, don't
Mr.
give me that.
Carstairs, you have 5 minutes, and I believe you had some evidence that you wanted to...
I just wanted to point out here these blow-ups, these photostatic blow-ups I have.
Mr.
The
Chairman, may
petition-
we see the much talked about blow-ups and find out just
Oh, you'll
how...
see them. Don't you worry. You're going to see them. You'll see them all day.
You have them with you, Commissioner
I have them
Carstairs?
right here.
Someone, one of the attendants, stand them up there in the hall, in the corner, where they can be seen.
Very large. They're 18 feet by 32 feet. I'm sure that everyone
I
can see
think
them.
we can all see them. Now, just what is the point you want to
Point I'm trying to bring out, just look at those names. There's Jacques Biraban,
make? Yes, the chair sees the name of Jacques Biraben,
Jack Barnes,
Jack Barnes,
Robert Leader, Robert Smith. All these names I've checked. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to point out here that they're not residents of Skunk Haven. They're all from the next town.
You mean to say that none of the names on Harry's petition are residents of Skunk Haven?
Indeed not. I accuse Backstage and his attorney now of gross fraud.
And so Zoning Commissioner Carstairs has really thrown a bombshell into the hearing in Skunk Haven. And if his accusation is true, Harry's case seems pretty well lost. We'll learn more of the activities in Skunk Haven on Monday, when we'll hear Mary say...
I'm sorry, Harry. I have decided that we must tear down the building.
That's Monday in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Now, for the many fans who wait for her on the radio, we present once again the interesting story, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of a young girl from a deserted mining town out west who comes to New York to try to find romance and security as the wife of handsome Harry Backstage, Broadway star, and what it means to be the wife of the idol of a million other women. It's a few minutes after our last episode concluded, in which Zoning Commissioner Carstairs threw a bombshell into the hearings at Skunk Haven Town Hall, into the question of whether or not Harry should tear down his new 16-story skyscraper home. And if you remember, Commissioner Carstairs had just introduced evidence that all of the names on Harry's petition to keep his house standing were from people not living in Skunk Haven. Now, as the crowd becomes angry and listens, Chairman Mush tries to get the attention of those present. Order in the raucous room. I wonder if you'd repeat, Commissioner Carstairs, what you just said. I don't believe that we all have got the full import of it.
As you know, I took the liberty to have blown up to 18 by 32 feet the petition so that you could all see these names.
All right, well, we've all seen the list of
Jacques
names.
Hoogavin, Robert Leader, Robert Smith, Jack Barnes, Charles Amau, all phony names, all frauds.
Mr. Chairman, may I have just one small minute of your
Well, let me
very
finish.
precious time?
Let me finish. And these people who have signed the petition demanding a hearing in Skunk Haven do not even live. They do not even live in Skunk Haven.
In other
This
words,
is a fraud.
You're saying that the entire petition contains fraudulent names and therefore cannot be of any use. I think possibly...
I'm afraid there's
Mr. Chairman.
some criminal activity here.
All right, the chair will recognize Commissioner...
I think I should warn Backstage now and his attorney that this will not end here. That when you get petitions, you have to be sure who signs them.
Order in the raucous room now. I believe that Attorney Surrogate wanted to have a word, and he should have on Harry Backstage's behalf.
I'm very interested to know what he's going to say.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioner Carstairs,
Yes.
I would like, in the light of this evidence, which we had hoped to introduce on Harry's behalf, but now which seems to be, in effect, helping Commissioner Carstairs' cause,
Helping.
that we...
Hardly is the word. It's ruined your case.
I move that we have an adjournment for half an hour while we can repair our fences. Well,
I don't know what fences have to be repaired here.
The chair feels that that is a reasonable request if there are no objections from the selectmen on my right, those on my left.
I'd like to warn Mr. Surrogate
Chair
Backstage.
will state that there will be a half hour.
Don't leave town.
There'll be a half hour.
I'm warning them. Do not leave town.
We'll take a half hour off and return here
Where is
at
my-
11 o'clock.
I know there's an express train to New York leaves in 5 or 10 minutes.
And a few minutes later, in a small anteroom off the raucous room at Skunk Haven Town Hall, Attorney Surrogate, Harry Backstage, and Harry's wife, Mary, confer over a small table.
Well, as he said, there is a fast train to New York any minute.
No, Mary, running away is no answer to this problem. Harry,
Harry,
I
you've
can't
been-
understand why you have spent 2 weeks talking about this petition, how important it would be, and then to have it proved that all of the names are of people outside of Skunk Haven.
Absolutely irresponsible. of
Well,
you.
I was hoping it would sneak through, that's all, and I never thought that Commissioner Carstairs would check.
Commissioner Carstairs will hang you with this.
Yes, Mary, I know I'm in a tough spot here. Well, Harry, I'm simply going to have to go back in there after the recess is over and simply say that we have no further case to present.
You don't mean to say you're giving up.
What else can I do, Mary? I
Can't
have
you-
my reputation to uphold.
But can't you think of something? A reputation?
Maybe there... Let me see. Let me think. The book of zoning regulations is no good. The petition is out.
And I'm afraid that there is some criminal action there.
What do you think Commissioner Carstairs will do next, Roland? Call me Attorney Surrogate, please, Harry. I'm afraid he's going to throw the book at you, Harry. I think that you probably have one of the weakest legs to stand on of anyone I've ever had as a client. But I'll do my best. So during a recess in the hearing at Skunk Haven, Harry's case looks all but lost. Will Attorney Surrogate be able to come up with something which will help Harry? Be sure and listen tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say,
Look, Harry, Attorney Surrogate, here's a picture of Commissioner Carstairs laughing and shaking hands with Mr. Detour.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. fans who wait for her on the radio, we present once again the interesting story, Mary Backstayge, Noble Wife. The story of a young girl from a deserted mining town out west who comes to New York to try to find romance and security as the wife of handsome Harry Backstage, Broadway star, and what it means to be the wife of the idol of a million other women. It's a few minutes after yesterday's episode now, as the 1-hour recess called when Commissioner Carstairs proved that all of the names on Harry's petition were phony names, is over. And Harry, Mary, Roland Surrogate, and the members of the Board of Selectmen file back into the ruckus room. And we hear...
So I think it would only be right now if we adjourned these hearings so that we could come to some decision. I believe with all this phony evidence has been submitted by Backstage and Surrogate, it's only a comedy now to keep these things going.
Your time is up, Commissioner Carstairs. The chair will recognize now any selectman on my right, or a selectman on my left, or our impartial dog catcher, referee, Roy Perkins.
I have no question, Mr. Chairman. However, I would like to make a suggestion, and that is, since we have heard what we believe to be all of the information on both sides, that at this time we call the hearings to a halt and decide that we have all of the information we want.
Well, we can't do that as yet because we have to get the vote of the entire membership. The chair does feel that we have covered just about everything that can be. And now we will give the floor to
Mr. Perkins.
Mr. Backstage's attorney.
One moment.
You're out of order, Commissioner Carstairs.
I'd just like to say
You're
that I
out
think
of
Mr.
order.
Perkins has been eminently fair
Order.
during this entire hearing.
Thank you, Commissioner Carstairs.
I just want that in the record.
All right, it will be put into the record, and the chair will voice the same feeling. And now Roland Surrogate, attorney for Harry Backstage, has 5 minutes if he cares to say anything. I do care, Commissioner, or Chairman Mush. I would like very much to introduce to this honorable assemblage, and in particular to our impartial referee, Roy Perkins, this picture, which Mary Backstage found at home, and which we have had blown up so that all here in the Board of Selectmen ruckus room can see it. The chair doesn't quite understand what this picture is supposed to represent. However, we'll take the picture under consideration. I can describe what the picture represents. The picture of these two men shows them both smiling and shaking hands. One is Commissioner Carstairs, obviously, and the other is the construction man, Roland.
Oh, wait here. One moment.
Backstage
wait a moment.
home.
Just wait a moment here. Oh, no, don't pull that on me.
Collusion between the two.
Oh, wait, I'm afraid.
Well, in the light of
I'm afraid
this
this is
picture,
phony.
we'll have to accept the picture as evidence, Commissioner Carstairs, because it does very obviously show you shaking hands with Andre Detour and smiling with him.
This is evil.
Mr. Chairman.
Phony here.
Mr. Chairman, I request that we call Andre Detour back to the stand for further questioning.
Oh, this is...
Chair feels a very good request.
This is phony.
Andre Detour, take the witness chair again, please. There'll be order in the ruckus room. We'll recess for 5 minutes, and then we'll return with Andre Detour.
I don't like this.
And fighting back at Commissioner Carstairs, attorney Roland Surrogate introduces a picture purported to be of Carstairs and Andre Detour. What will this mean to Harry's case? Be sure and listen tomorrow when we'll hear Fielding backstage say,
Hey, Eddie. I'm glad you're still alive. You know it?
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstayge, Noble Wife. Next, Mary Backstayge, Noble Wife. Now, for the many fans who wait for her on the radio, we present once again the interesting story, Mary Backstayge, Noble Wife. The story of a young girl from a deserted mining town out west who comes to New York to try to find romance and security as the wife of handsome Harry Backstage, Broadway star, and what it means to be the wife of the idol of a million other women. Yesterday, attorney Roland Surrogate introduced a surprise at the hearings in Skunkhaven when he produced a picture found originally by Mary and blown up to size 6 by 8 foot, showing Commissioner Carstairs shaking hands with building owner Andre Detour and smiling. And there was a near riot in the raucous room as the questioning began.
I don't think it's right. I'd like to determine who is responsible for the composition of this picture. I do not remember it under any circumstance.
Commissioner Carstairs, you don't have the floor at this particular moment.
I have the floor to defend myself. Oh, no, don't tell me that.
Mr. Chairman.
Oh, yes, I have the
Chairman
floor.
Mush,
When I'm accused of posing with a picture, I certainly have the floor.
There's no accusation.
Tell me I don't have the floor.
Clearly,
I have the floor.
to prove collusion.
And I'll keep the floor.
All right.
I want you to know that.
Order in the raucous room, or the uniformed attendants will be required to throw you out. Now, if there are no objections from the selectman to my right or to my left, or from Commissioner Carstairs, I think the logical thing to do is to allow our impartial referee, our dog catcher friend Roy Perkins, to continue the general examination in regard to the new evidence.
Thank you, Chairman Mush. I would like, before I begin, to ask if Commissioner Carstairs would give me a copy of the letter which Andre Detour received.
Oh, what letter? I don't know what you mean.
The letter that Harry Backstage wrote asking that the house be built. And while you're doing that, Commissioner Carstairs, I'd like to ask Chairman
One moment. You asked for a letter. Let's get it over to you.
Well, the chair
Let's not
feels...
confuse the issue.
He
Let's not
merely-
keep bringing up these things.
He merely
You
asked for the letter. If you have
Let's
it in
wait.
your files, you
Let's
can
wait. Let's get it
hand
to
over
him.
to him.
Let's get it to him right now.
I merely want
I have the letter right
and
here.
I would like to
Here you are.
ask that another witness.
But just don't cloud the issue.
All right,
That's all I ask.
Take care of the letter first, and then the other witness will be called.
Certainly you
You
have
have the letter there.
You
There you
have
are, Mr. Perkins.
Thank you, and I'm going to hand this to my assistant, Harry. I wonder if you just put this down. Phone, don't.
Where do you want?
Just put it. And now, Chairman Mush, I wonder if you would call to the witness chair the construction man, the builder of Harry Backstage's home, Andre Detour.
All right, if Andre Detour is in the raucous room, will he take the witness chair, please, and we'll proceed with the general examination. Did I hear him? He's here, and he's making his way through the myriad cameras and microphones and the press representatives. Order. All right, you are Andre Detour.
That's right, sir.
And Commissioner Carstairs, you have no objection if we let our impartial referee, Mr. Perkins, continue the examination in regard only to the picture. That is
You have the letter now?
I have the letter.
Good,
Thank you very
good.
much,
I just
Commissioner.
wanted to make sure you had that letter.
I would like to ask you, first of all, Mr. Detour, your full name, please.
Andre L. Detour.
And Mr. Detour, you are or not engaged in the construction business, is that right?
I am engaged in the construction business. Yes, sir.
Now, I wonder if you would take a look at this picture that was introduced by Roland Surrogate, the attorney, and tell me who you recognize in that picture.
Well, I recognize me.
That is you to the right, is that right, sir?
That's
and
me,
the other
smiling.
gentleman in the picture is?
Here's Commissioner Carstairs.
All right. Now, having established that, I would like you to tell me if you recall where this picture was taken, on what occasion, and why you were smiling and shaking hands with Commissioner Carstairs.
It's a little hazy now, but the background serves to remind me of the location. It was at the site of the Backstayge home.
It was at the site of the Backstayge home. Was that before or after the construction of this 16-story edifice had begun?
That was before. We were just surveying the land.
Chairman Mush, may I object to the line of questioning? The chair doesn't feel any objection is in order. Mr. Surrogate, the questions are concerning the picture, and that is what was the charge of the chairman to our impartial referee, and I feel he's doing a very good job.
Thank you, Chairman Mush. Now tell me one more thing. Will you give me the reason why, Mr. Detour, you and Commissioner Carstairs were smiling?
He had just said something very funny.
So, the re-examination of Andre Detour in connection with the picture introduced by Roland Surrogate continues at Skunk Haven Town Hall. Will the outcome help Harry or hinder his cause? Be sure and listen tomorrow when we'll hear Commissioner Carstairs say,
I want you all to know that this picture has been doctored with.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstayge, Noble Wife.
I'd like to just say hello to Chester Hasbrouck Frisbee, who writes Mary Backstayge. I think you've really touched on some timely things there already, Chad.
I just want to remind you that you don't always have to refer to me as Chester Hasbrouck Frisbee. It seems a little stilted to me, actually. It sounds as though, I'm somebody set apart from the average person with just a first name, middle initial, and last name.
I notice a lot of our mail, Chester Hasbrouck Frisbee, is asking where is the story going to go.
Honestly, he has a stone ear when I talk to him.
Once Mary and Harry hit the boards again, once they return to Broadway, what's going to happen? Can you give us any hint?
Well, Robert Brackett Elliott, let me put it this way to you. Yes, it's going to be a smash success. I think it will be the first time in the history of the Backstages that they will be involved in a hit Broadway show.
Well, it's going to be in the Minskoff Theater, but I guess there won't be any room for that for a while.
It's going to be in the Ritz.
It is. Chester Hasbrouck Frisbee, thank you for coming by and talking with us. The author of Mary Backstayge.
I mean, really.
Noble Wife.